The air in Lubbock was electric, charged with the kind of anticipation that only a new college football season can bring. All around the city, you could feel the buzz, restaurants filled with fans in red and black, tailgates popping up in every parking lot, and the unmistakable hum of excitement that signaled something big was about to happen. As fans packed Jones AT&T Stadium for the season opener, the stands quickly transformed into a living, breathing sea of energy. Every seat was filled, every aisle bustling, as thousands of voices joined together in anticipation of kickoff. This wasn't just another game. It was a statement opportunity for Texas Tech under coach Joey McGuire. After a year of building momentum, McGuire's Red Raiders were ready to show the nation that they were a force to be reckoned with. Their opponent, Arkansas Pine Bluff, an FCS team hungry for an upset, arrived with nothing to lose and everything to prove. The Golden Lions, clad in black and gold, were determined to make their mark on a national stage. On paper, it looked like a mismatch. But college football is never predictable. Every season opener brings its own surprises, and the underdog always has a chance to rewrite the script. The Red Raiders needed to set the tone for a season with high expectations. With a roster full of returning talent and new faces eager to contribute, the pressure was on to deliver from the very first snap. The crowd, a sea of red and black, buzzed with anticipation. Chants echoed through the stadium, and the energy was contagious. Fans young and old united by their love for Texas Tech football. After a promising previous year, Texas Tech wanted to prove their offense was elite and their defense unbreakable. Every play was a chance to showcase their growth, their grit, and their determination to rise above the competition. For Arkansas Pine Bluff, this was a chance to test themselves on a national stage. Facing a Big 12 opponent in a packed stadium, the Golden Lions embraced the challenge, ready to fight for every yard. The pregame atmosphere was electric. The Goin' Band played, the masked rider charged, and the players locked in. Every tradition, every ritual, added to the sense that this was more than just a game. It was a celebration of college football in its purest form. Both teams knew this was more than just a game. It was the first chapter of their season's story. The coin toss at midfield was a symbolic moment, marking the beginning of months of hard work, sacrifice, and dreams. The energy was palpable, hope and excitement mixing in the West Texas air. Families, students, and alumni all came together, united by the promise of a new season and the thrill of the unknown. As the teams took the field, the roar from the crowd was deafening. The stadium shook with every cheer, every stomp, as the anticipation reached its peak. The talk was over. It was time for football. The whistle blew, the ball was placed on the tee, and all eyes turned to the field. Coach McGuire fired up his team, demanding passion and discipline. His message was clear: play for each other, play for the fans, and leave everything on the field. The Golden Lions, undeterred, huddled together, ready for the challenge. Their coaches reminded them that moments like these are why they play the game: to compete, to believe, and to chase the impossible. The stage was set for a classic David versus Goliath matchup under the Lubbock lights. With every heart pounding and every hope alive, the 2023 season was officially underway. From the very first snap, it was clear that Texas Tech came prepared to make a statement. The energy in the stadium was electric, and the Red Raiders wasted no time setting the tone for the game. Texas Tech's offense was simply unstoppable, executing their game plan with near perfection. Every play seemed to build on the last, as if the team was in perfect sync. The Red Raiders marched down the field with unwavering confidence, their offensive line dominating the trenches and receivers finding open space with ease. Each snap pushed Arkansas Pine Bluff further onto their heels. Quarterback Baron Morton was in total control, reading the defense like a seasoned veteran and dissecting it with pinpoint accuracy. His poise under pressure allowed him to make quick decisions and deliver precise throws. The opening drive ended in a touchdown, a sign of things to come, and a warning shot to their opponents that this offense meant business. Texas Tech mixed the run and pass masterfully, keeping Arkansas Pine Bluff's defense guessing on every down. The balance in their attack made it nearly impossible to predict what was coming next. The tempo was relentless, with quick snaps, no-huddle plays, and explosive gains that left the defense gasping for breath. The Red Raiders pushed the pace, never allowing their opponents to settle in. By the end of the first quarter, Texas Tech had already racked up 28 points, putting on a scoring clinic and leaving fans in awe of their offensive firepower. The offense was firing on all cylinders. Running backs broke tackles with determination. Receivers made highlight reel catches, and every player contributed to the onslaught. The offensive line was a fortress, providing a clean pocket for the quarterback and opening up running lanes all over the field. Arkansas Pine Bluff's defense was overwhelmed, struggling to keep up with the pace and precision of Texas Tech's attack. They simply had no answers. Even as backups rotated in, the Red Raiders kept scoring, showing off their impressive depth and talent across the roster. By halftime, Texas Tech led 56-0, a breathtaking display of firepower and execution. The message was clear to everyone watching. The Red Raiders' offense was a force to be reckoned with, capable of overwhelming any opponent with their speed, skill, and relentless drive. The rest of the country was officially on notice. Texas Tech had arrived, and their offensive blitz was just getting started. At the heart of Texas Tech's explosive start was quarterback Baron Morton. He played with poise and confidence, reading the defense and delivering pinpoint passes. Morton spread the ball to all his receivers, showing command and trust in his playmakers. His first-half stats were remarkable: 17 completions on 22 attempts, 325 yards, and 5 touchdowns. He connected on deep throws and allowed his receivers to make big plays. Late in the second quarter, Morton suffered a minor shoulder sprain, ending his night early. The stadium held its breath, but he walked off under his own power. Even with the injury, Morton's impact was undeniable. He set the tone and inspired his team. His health will be crucial moving forward, as he's the key to Texas Tech's success. Morton's performance gave fans a thrilling glimpse of what's possible this season. Morton wasn't alone. His supporting cast shined. Receivers like Coy Eakin, Josh Kelly, and Caleb Douglas consistently made big plays. Eakin moved the chains, Kelly turned short passes into long gains, and Douglas stretched the field. The running game, led by Taj Brooks, provided perfect balance. Brooks ran with power, scoring twice, while Cameron Valdez added speed and agility. Morton distributed the ball to 9 different receivers in the first half, showcasing the offense's depth. Even after the starters rested, backups like Jake Strong kept the offense rolling. The next man-up mentality was clear. Everyone contributed. This offensive diversity makes Texas Tech tough to defend. The Red Raiders' well-oiled machine was on full display. It was a complete team effort top to bottom. The game quickly transformed into a highlight reel of touchdowns, with the crowd barely able to catch its breath between each electrifying play. Morton opened the scoring with a perfectly placed 25-yard strike to Eakin, setting the tone for what would become an offensive showcase. Brooks powered in for a short rushing touchdown, bulldozing through defenders, and then Morton found Kelly streaking down the sideline for a 30-yard score that sent the fans into a frenzy. Touchdowns came in waves. Conyers, Douglas, and even freshman Micah Hudson found the end zone, each adding their own flair to the celebration and energizing the stadium with every score. The offensive line was a fortress, giving Morton all the time he needed to pick apart the defense and orchestrate drive after drive with surgical precision. By the end of the first quarter, Texas Tech had already built a commanding 28-0 lead, leaving their opponents reeling and the home crowd roaring with excitement. The second quarter brought even more fireworks. A 54-yard bomb to Douglas that showcased Morton's arm strength, Brooks's second touchdown of the night, and a relentless offensive tempo that kept the defense guessing. The highlight for many was Hudson's first collegiate score, a moment he'll remember forever, as teammates swarmed him in celebration. The half ended with a perfectly executed touchdown pass to Mason Tharp, capping off a near-flawless offensive performance. In total, 8 first-half touchdowns, 5 through the air, 2 on the ground, and 1 for the freshman, showcased the team's depth and versatility. The variety of play calls and flawless execution were nothing short of stunning, leaving fans and analysts alike in awe. Every possession felt like a scoring opportunity, as the offense moved the ball with confidence and purpose, rarely missing a beat. Fans witnessed an end-zone parade they won't soon forget, a night where nearly every drive ended in celebration and the energy in the stadium was absolutely electric. While the offense dazzled, Texas Tech's defense quietly dominated. From the start, the Red Raiders' defense overwhelmed Arkansas Pine Bluff. The defensive line lived in the backfield, shutting down the run and pressuring the quarterback. Linebackers flew sideline to sideline, making tackles and filling gaps. The secondary provided tight coverage, challenging every pass. The highlight C.J. Baskerville's interception, setting up another quick score. The defense didn't just get stops, they created turnovers and set the tone. By game's end, Texas Tech had pitched a shutout, allowing fewer than 100 yards. The defense's swagger and discipline were clear. This performance proved they're more than a supporting act. They're a championship-caliber unit. The wall of red and black made a statement. Just as the second half was set to begin, a thunderstorm rolled in, forcing a weather delay. Fans scrambled for cover as lightning and rain halted the action for over an hour. Coaches worked to keep players focused during the long break. With a 56-0 lead and safety in mind, both teams agreed to shorten the second half. The final quarters were played with a running clock, and backups took the field. Jake Strong added one more rushing touchdown for Texas Tech. The game ended quickly and quietly, a stark contrast to the explosive first half. The weather delay became a quirky footnote to a historic night. The final score, Texas Tech 63, Arkansas Pine Bluff 0. It was the Red Raiders' biggest win since 2005 and their highest point total since 2016. Over 600 yards of offense, a shutout on defense, and a 63-point margin. Total domination. Morton's 5 first-half touchdowns put him in elite company. Brooks's 2 scores and the fact that 9 players caught passes showed the team's depth. These weren't empty stats. They were proof of a disciplined, talented squad. Compared to past openers, this was one of the most impressive performances in recent memory. The win sends a message. Texas Tech is a serious contender in the Big 12. While tougher tests await, this game builds confidence and momentum. The standard for the season has been set. This win is more than just a number in the standings. It's a springboard for the season, validating the team's hard work and direction under Coach McGuire. Morton's health is the top priority, but his performance showed he's the key to the offense. Backup Jake Strong's solid play adds valuable depth. Young players gained experience, building roster depth for the long season ahead. The Red Raiders now have proof of their explosive offense and stifling defense. They played with discipline, passion, and relentless energy. The competition will get tougher, but Texas Tech enters the next game with momentum and belief. This wasn't just a win, it was a statement to the Big 12 and the nation. The journey has just begun, but it started in the most impressive way imaginable.